Hello, new friends. Welcome to my Norwex demonstration. Sorry, I have to scoot around my counter here. My name is Diana Morris, and I am an independent Norwex consultant. So happy you could join me today for this demonstration. Norwex, I love it. I am passionate about it. Norwex stands for Norwegian Experience, and this is a wonderful product. It has radically changed my life. Very thirsty today, don't know why, so sorry. But let's get going with this. Okay, Norwex has a global mission that I am on board with, completely on board with, I might add. And so here it is, to change your quality of life, to improve your quality of life by radically reducing chemicals in our homes. Yes, finally, chemicals have always bothered my allergies, my stomach, and everything else. No more. Not for me, not with Norwex. Today I'm going to demonstrate 5 products, and I'm going to throw in another one at the end. But the 5 products are our Safe Haven 5. We're going to go over our EnviroCloth, which I got damp beforehand just to save time. And we're going to do our window cloth, which is the second product. Our dusting mitt, which is the third product. And 1, 2, 3. 4, this is our cleaning paste, and I love that. Number 5 is our Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent. Oh my gosh, I love this. And I said I'd throw in one more thing I'm really going to throw in too. I'm going to show you body and face cloth. This is unbelievable. You must be thinking, why is she so excited about these things? I'm also going to show you our mop system. And so that's why I want to move in, because I'll move along, sorry, quickly. I don't want to waste your time, and I want you to have all the benefits of seeing what these things can do. So I am going to do the raw chicken demo. Yes, it is known as the raw chicken demo. I hate handling this. Let's see if I can get a good grip on it. We are going to rub raw chicken on yeah, that's how I feel about it. On this cutting board. It's a Norwex cutting board, which is great. That's lovely. And that's made out of rice husks, recycled, and that's great. And so, yep, there we go. What are we going to do? We're going to use this, which is a protein swab. It is not made by Norwex. These are used in restaurants and hospitals. They use them for training purposes in hospitals, and restaurants use them to test for protein. Protein is smaller than bacteria. So, as you can imagine, if there's protein present, there's bacteria present. So I just rubbed chicken on this. Purple at the bottom means you failed. Anything below green means you failed. Green is clean. So let's see what we get. There we go. And we're just going to rub it all over this chicken stuff. I just really don't like, I don't know about you. How do you feel about it? I don't like raw meat, fish, little chicken. I love it all cooked, but that just is not something that I enjoy at all. I don't like touching it. No, once it starts cooking, of course, I love it. But, you know, this stuff is just not something I enjoy. And once that chemical is all mixed in and I've got it all down there, let's see how we did. What's our color? Oh, it's purple. It failed. What a surprise. It's raw chicken after all. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, certainly not to me. I'm going to wipe it down with this Just Damp. I'm sorry I didn't show you that I got it wet with just water, but that's it. And then I wrung it out so it's damp. And that saves us some time. We are going to wipe this cutting board off. And I'm just doing a thorough job of wiping it so that I know that I wiped all the chicken stuff off. Now, we are going to leave that with the chicken side up and apparently some cat fuzz. So sorry about that. And we are going to take another fresh, unused one, and we're going to wipe that all over where we had the chicken before, and I have wiped that. And now I'm going to break open this seal. And while I'm doing this, I'm just going to talk to you about this EnviroCloth. It has some really special things about it. But first, let's take a look at the results of this. Oh, our EnviroCloth got all of that protein and bacteria off. Our EnviroCloth, and I just say this with the greatest of joy, removes up to 99% of bacteria when you follow proper care and use instructions. Now you might be thinking, did she fool me somehow with this? No, I did not. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to dab this across my EnviroCloth and put it back in here. And we're going to see how it's doing. And it is still green. It's clean. Well, maybe I did do something strange. I didn't, but you might be thinking that. So let's take it and put it in here with our chicken and put it back in. And immediately it turns purple because there's tons of protein and bacteria. Now, I am so confident in what our Norwex EnviroCloth does that I can go, and I'm just going to wipe it one more time and go, yes, I really am licking it because I'm confident that. Why am I so confident? Well, regular microfiber, all it has to be is 1/6 the size of a human hair. My hair's fine, 1/6 seems pretty good, until you look at an EnviroCloth, which is 1/200 the size of a human hair. It's extremely dense. If I unravel this, or if I could unravel it, you would find that it is 10 million feet long, actually a bit more than that. That is from Canada all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, really long. So there's a lot of fiber packed into here. Each one of the fibers is star-shaped like that. And when it wipes something up, these little microscopic spaces in between the weave, it just sucks them down into the dirt, the bacteria, everything else, so it's not sitting on the surface. And just for those that are visual, hair, regular microfiber, and over here, Norwex microfiber. And that's how microfiber is made for Norwex. It's a wonderful product. I use it every day. I use it all the time. And you can fold it over many times and have completely clean stuff, but I could have just used the same surface again. Let's move right along. This is a mirror, and I'm going to use butter on it. This signifies, well, what can you imagine on glass? My full-length storm door. Cats lick it, dog rubs her nose over it, toddler granddaughter puts her hands all over it and kisses it. Don't know why that's fun, but it is. And my husband, and probably me too, we push it closed with our hands. I cleaned the entire inside and outside with this first, and then I used my window cloth, which is also called our polishing cloth, in under 5 minutes. No lint, no streaks. And mirrors are wonderful. Think about your bathroom. What gets on your bathroom mirror? Well, I know what gets on mine. We won't discuss that. But we make this all kind of greasy and disgusting. We'll take this and we will wipe that off right around the edges. We just got that clean. And we will take our polishing cloth, and there it is. Our EnviroCloth and our polishing cloth, well, they go together kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Great combination. I use this on everything. I use it on my mirrors in my bathroom, on my stovetop, which is not glass, it's a gas stove, but the enamel underneath, it's black. After I wash it with this, wipe it down after bacon and things, I just polish it off with this and it shines. I use it on the outside of my dishwasher, my refrigerator. I even used my damp cloth, very damp, not wet, on my dining room table, the wood, and then I just polish it off with this and it shines. Wonderful. let's do something that's a bit like dust. I'm just going to move this out of the way so you have a better view. Now, I used to use, well, I'm old enough that I grew up that there were things called, feather dusters. Didn't do a thing. It was like in the air. So then we had all the sprays, and the sprays looked like they did something, but they really just shellacked the dust, the dirt right into the surface, right? You just sprayed it on, and then like you kind of polished that in. You know, do you know what I'm saying? Like you did this with the spray. It was like varnish or like something that sealed the dirt in, right? Well, that's not what we're going to do. But after that came a really popular product. I thought it would work. So we're going to use baby powder, and we're going to try it out. Yes, it's the name brand. No, we don't get to say what it is. I'm just going to put baby powder down. I think you can see that. Yes. And the idea was this would dust, and it would pick it all up. Now, it picked a lot up. That's true, but it smeared a lot of it too. And it hung on to it. That's what it's supposed to do. And no, it just sort of shakes it into the air. So it wasn't anywhere near as good as the commercial looked like. And I was disappointed. And so to me, that was a fail. I was ready to go back to the chemicals. And in fact, I did for a while. But let's put some more down. And let's use our dusting mitt. Because I didn't like the dust because I was very allergic to dust. You just get a little static charge. And by the way, all of these things do have back lock. There, that's done. Or you could rub it on your pants. Now you always want to clean in a figure 8 pattern, because what happens with a figure 8? You're not pushing it or just pulling it. You're just pulling it into itself. And there it is, all on my mitt. I go around my house quickly. And yes, if I do this, I can get it to come off and pick it right back up. But we don't go around doing that. We're just, it's holding it. This is a wonderful, wonderful tool. And how do I get that? Oh, let me show you. How do I get that off? You can buy a rubber brush, although now it's spring, kind of, and I can go outside and bang it on my railing, and I do. But you can take this into your trash or your sink, and you just brush it off. It shows that there's some white deep in the fibers, because that's baby powder, and it does pull it down in because it is a thick, plush microfiber. I don't know if I bring it a little closer, you can see how plush and soft it is, and it pulls it down in. It works great. All right, let's take this. This is cleaning paste. Cleaning paste is, well, we call it elbow grease. How many times have you just gotten something on something and you can't get it off? We are going to use permanent marker as our example, because if you have toddlers, let's just leave it at that. They can sometimes draw on things you'd rather they didn't draw on, right? And so, or clumsy. I mean, there are days where I just seem to drop things, and I'm like, really, Diana? Okay, so here's just a plain tile. Picked it up at a friend's house, and we're just going to write an S on it. Now, I'll wait a second so it dries, so that you can see that that is there with some, does that show up? Is that showing up? I hope that's showing up. I'm trying to look on the camera, and I'm looking into the light. There we go. All right. Now, what's in this Norwex? Well, the 4 main ingredients are ground marble dust and natural soap, chalk, and a tiny bit of coconut oil. Doesn't sound very impressive, but boy, it is. Let us see. Doesn't look like paste. Looks more like a chalk. We are going to use this, oh yes, it's the same EnviroCloth. And we'll just get some on there. This should last about 2 to 4 years, although I use it all the time. So, now we are just going to take that on this tile, and we are going to scrub it because we don't want anything remaining there. And then we are going to turn it and rinse it off from another portion of this cloth. And there you go. I'll just take this so that it's dry, and you can see that there is no permanent marker on this. Now my precious granddaughter at my daughter's house drew all over her feet and all over their wood dining room table. Took it right off. Marvelous stuff. That's why we call it elbow grease. You really don't have to use a lot of pressure. I've cleaned my entire oven with this. That works beautifully too. Now, let us do one more thing with these here. As long as I've got the marker, I just drew on my skin. And I am going to get this face and body cloth damp. And we're doing that because this also is a dense but slightly different weave of microfiber. It's not quite as jam-packed as that. It's a little more gentle, but it acts like an exfoliant, and it removes 99 up to 99% of the bacteria. And this may gross some of you out, but it shouldn't. I no longer use soap. I haven't used soap for, well, at this point, 4.5, 5 months. This works better than soap. My skin doesn't dry out. It exfoliates some, depending on how hard I scrub with it. I'm just going to let it sit here for a minute like this. I have very short hair and long neck hair, so I shave my neck hairs. I used to get razor burn. I tried everything. I tried soap. I tried all the lubricating things that are on the end of the razor. I tried every kind of chemical gels and foams and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is so frustrating. No more. I just rub this a little bit on my neck, shave, no cuts, no nicks, never, and no razor burn. Now, if I take this and I just rub that a little bit, I'm going to leave it on just a little bit more on one spot on that. This takes off the bacteria, folks. I don't need chemicals. Do you know that most of the chemicals are bad for you? And your body absorbs every chemical. So yeah, probably the magic marker on my skin is not that great. In 26 seconds. So there we go, all gone. Love it, love the face and body cloth. It works great. What have we here? Well, we're going to do two little things here. This is the laundry detergent. Now that I have said all of that, let me read this bag. Biodegradable surfactants, no phosphates, no sulfates, SLS, SLES, no chlorine bleach, no fillers, no optical brighteners. If you ever have a question about that, I can tell you what that is. It's basically a lie. It makes you think it looks clean when it's not. It reflects light back. No animal testing, no dyes or fragrances. Now, some people say, oh, but that's a little bit more expensive. I don't know if I could buy that. No, it's not. And I'll show you why. Most independent consultants will tell you this. It tells you to use 1/3 of a scoop for a small load, 1/2 of a scoop for a medium load, and a whole scoop for a large load. Well, we try to conserve everything, so we do all of our wash at once. And I started out with a full scoop until I learned that most consultants say use 1/2 teaspoon. This is 5 teaspoons. And so I use 1/2 teaspoon, no matter how big that load is. Comes clean every time. And it has nothing that this cloth is going to absorb and hold in those little layers. If you use regular detergents, it's going to store those, hold on to them, and it will not clean it. It'll just give it more gunk to gum up the works inside of that. Amazing stuff. So we add an extra 1/2 teaspoon to that to make basically a spot treatment, and then some water. And I poured it from a big container into this little one. This is a wine stain on some white felt. I am going to soak this. I'm going to try to do this maybe here so you can see it. And we're just going to see if this spray can soak everything here. And I'm not afraid of it. There are no bad chemicals of any kind in here. I'm really going to soak it well because this stain that I did with wine has been on here for about 5 months. And so it had a good chance to have staying power and be really a nasty stain. I'm even going to spray some on the other side. I don't know which was the right side. But we're just going to soak it with this. We call it magic spray because it is. I use it as a stain or spot treatment all the time in my laundry. Now we've done that, we're going to take it over here to some water, and I'm going to rinse it out and agitate it underneath this under just plain hot water. Bring it out and show you that this is all white again. Clean. That's why we call it magic spray. Magic spray. I can't talk straight either, apparently. So we have now, oh, I forgot to show you. Oh, how could I? Regular laundry detergent. You know, I said it would gum up the works. These are some name brands. Here's a liquid laundry detergent that I put in here 5 months ago with water. Originally, you couldn't see anything. Like I could wave my fingers back here and you couldn't see anything. It was just cloudy. And then one day this appeared in it. Looks like an alien or an alien embryo or something. Called my daughter, said, do you have any idea what this is? And she said, yes, it is fat. Fat? Yes, fat. Common ingredient in liquid laundry detergents. Who knew? This, you're never supposed to use, maybe you know this or not, you're never supposed to use powdered detergents in your laundry machine if you have a septic system, which we do. And this is why. I put that in there. It was just like a snow globe, stuff going up and down. There's still little pieces going up and down, but it dissolved, but it returned to a powdered state down there. It just looks like the regular laundry detergent down at the bottom of the glass. And they both smelled so strong and atrocious, I started sneezing and I can still smell it. This, on the other hand, is my Norwex detergent, made at the same time. Just looks like water. It dissolves, so I can use powder, and I do. But only Norwex. You should never use a dryer sheet. Never use fabric softeners. They're very dangerous. I can send you information if you're interested. And so I use a group of wool fabric dryer rolls. Very safe. All right, last but not least, that was, by the way, the Safe Haven 5. If you want a little review on that, the Enviro cloth, the window cloth, the dusting mitt. Moving right along, we go from there to the cleaning paste and the laundry detergent. That will get you started on your Norwex journey. They're what I use mostly all the time. But we also have our dusting, our superior mop system. They come in 3 sizes now. They come in a smaller one, which some people like because of the space that they're cleaning. This is their superior mop system. This is the large one, and they now make one that's about 1/3 of a size larger. It's about like this. So we are going to use this. You get a static charge on it. Mine is a little bit dirty. I just used it before this. So there's my static charge. Or you can just pump it on the floor. That works great too. You may have noticed that this has been hanging on the edge of my counter, which is a really handy thing for it. The end of the mop also erases scuff marks. Beautiful thing. Let me turn my camera so you can actually see this. I want to put it so it's pointing to the floor. Hopefully you'll get a really good view of that, and I will just move this over. A little difficult for a camera view here, but. So we take this, it's got Velcro. We are going to turn this and put this right on there. Now, if you are 6'4", like my son-in-law, you might want to undo this and put it way up here. Not me, about chin height is good. Tighten it back up, good to go. We're going to use pepper for our demonstration. We're just going to dump some pepper here on the floor. And the pumping, if you didn't want to rub it like I just did, is like this. Up, down, and you can feel it pulling. It's creating that charge. So now, again, remember, figure 8, so you're not pushing it. And you're pulling it in and back and forth with itself. I think I just got all of that. Up we come, and you will see on here is all that black pepper. It works great. It makes cleaning your floors wonderfully easy. Once again, I have the rubber brush. I am just going to brush that into the sink. By the way, I left my floor dirty to make it a little easier to see. I think I just got off all that the dog brought in about a half an hour ago. And there it is, all clean. We also have a wet mop, which I'm not going to demonstrate right now for the sake of time. I'm sorry about that, but I may just do a separate video on that for you. All you do with that is you get it wet, and then you wring it out, or you spray, or you buy a marvelous attachment that we have, which is a spray mop attachment, and when you can pump this, and it will spray just water. That's all we use, and it removes up to 99% of bacteria. It's all I use on my water, on my floor is the water, and that's a great thing. Toddlers touch it, put their hands in their mouth. There's no chemicals. 26 seconds to absorb toxic chemicals. This is the foundation of a Norwex journey. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to send me any questions you might have. Underneath this video in the comments, I will leave a link to where you can purchase, and on that site, it has all the information for contacting me. Thank you so much.